Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Let your dreams take flight with Noor tonight. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we'll follow Noor into a magical world. Noor was getting ready to sleep when something caught her eye. With gentle voiceover, a tiny glowing door appeared on the wall. She had never seen it before. Noor slowly opened the door. A soft blue light shone from inside. She stepped through and found herself floating in a blue dream full of stars. Noor took a deep breath and smiled. Her dream adventure had just begun. Noor landed gently in a forest filled with glowing, colorful flowers. One flower opened and whispered, "Welcome, Noor. We've been waiting for you." From the center of the forest rose the flower queen, radiant and kind. She told Noor that each flower holds a dream and blooms when a child is kind. Noor touched a flower and said kind words. It bloomed with dazzling colors. The flowers danced and opened a path. Noor stepped forward with joy in her heart. A glowing bridge of bubbles appeared over the sea. Noor stepped onto it, filled with wonder. At the end of the bridge, Noor found an island made entirely of floating, shining bubbles. Cute bubble creatures bounced to greet Noor with giggles and tiny sparkles. They invited Noor to play bubble tag. She laughed as they floated and popped playfully. The bubbles whispered, "Let go of heavy thoughts. Be light like us." Noor climbed onto a giant bubble. It lifted her gently toward the sky. A giant golden gate stood before Noor. As she spoke, her words echoed with magic. The gate opened. Noor stepped into a land where wishes whispered in the wind. A wise, floating creature called the Echo Keeper greeted her warmly. He said, "Every kind word becomes a star in the sky." Noor closed her eyes and whispered, "I wish to spread kindness." A star appeared above. The echoes formed a glowing path. Noor walked ahead, her voice echoing with love. Noor arrived at a playground with a wobbly rope bridge stretched above a canyon. Her legs trembled, but she took a deep breath and stepped forward. Suddenly, a bright kite flew by and cheered, "You're doing great, Noor." Step by step, Noor crossed the bridge. Her fear faded with every move. At the other end, a small box waited. Inside was a glowing medal of courage. With the medal shining on her chest, Noor smiled and walked to her next dream. Noor came upon a wide, gentle river glowing under a pink sky. She heard soft cries and found a little fish tangled in shiny threads. With gentle hands, Noor untangled the threads and set the fish free. The river began to sing a sweet melody that made Noor's heart glow. The fish jumped joyfully and gave Noor a glowing pearl of kindness. A bridge made of light appeared, leading Noor to the next part of her dream. Noor stepped into a cloud-shaped library where books floated in the air. A wise owl greeted her, offering a glowing book titled Secrets of Patience. A wise owl greeted her, offering a glowing book titled Secrets of Patience. Suddenly, Noor's favorite book floated away. She had to wait for it to return. After a while, the book gently floated back down into her hands. The owl gave Noor a golden feather, a symbol of her patience. Noor arrived at a long wobbly bridge hanging between two colorful mountains. She met Zuzu, a playful monkey who offered to help her cross. Step by step, they walked carefully, balancing together. A strong wind blew. Noor almost slipped, but Zuzu caught her. Then Zuzu slipped. Noor quickly pulled him up with all her strength. At the end of the bridge, they hugged and laughed. A new friendship was born. Noor entered a sparkling room filled with magical mirrors. One mirror laughed and showed Noor as a dancing ballerina. Another mirror showed her with sad eyes, whispering, "It's okay to feel." A gentle voice from the ceiling said, "You are special just the way you are." Noor looked into the biggest mirror and smiled warmly at herself. The mirrors opened a glowing door, leading her to her next adventure. Noor stepped through a glowing archway and found herself back at the start. She landed softly on a big blue cloud shaped like a bed. She looked up and saw all her new friends shining like stars. A gentle voice whispered, "You carry their light in your heart." Noor opened her eyes in bed, smiling with her heart full of dreams. Thank you for joining Noor's adventure. Sweet dreams and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe for more magical bedtime stories with Noor. Sweet dreams.